Here we go. Here we go. It's Wednesday, so that means we got Pizzles Picks today. Uh, Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I try to be welcome to Pizzles Picks. I'm of course your host, Don P. Pod God, all those good words. Um, thank you guys for y'all's support. Thank y'all for continuing all of this, man. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. All my YouTube people, all my Spotify people. Make sure y'all hit those like buttons and those share buttons and those subscribe buttons. And y'all could possibly get more content than the 3 days a week that I give you guys. Thinking about. Let's just get to it, man. Y'all know my motto. We are here for a good time and not a long time. We are in week 3 of college football, week 2 of the NFL, and it's a big fight week this weekend. It's a big fight night coming up this weekend, and I'm excited about that because I am doing Club Pizzle presents a live stream featuring myself, JB, Mitch the Shredder. House is gonna be pulling up. DJ Congo is gonna be pulling up. I think I'm gonna call my guy Richie Carlisle to come pull up, come chill. We just gonna shoot the ish. We gonna talk some boxing stuff. We gonna watch the fights, and we gonna talk a little bit of boxing. You know what I mean? Saturday, man. This Saturday, I think I said 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever we going. Just be in tune. Just be ready to tap in because we are going to do the thing. It's gonna be live via YouTube. I will tap everybody in. I may make it available I may make it available on Facebook. I might. I don't know. It all depends. What do y'all think, man? And drop it in the comments. Y'all want me to put the live stream on Facebook too? Maybe y'all will follow it instead. You know what? That's enough. All right, man. Let's get to it, man. Week 3 of the college football season. Week 1 started with a bang. We had a bunch of ranked matchups. We had some good matchups. We had some good games. Week 2, we had some good games, but we had a lot of blowouts. It was like a beatdown Saturday. It was like week 1 used to be, where the first game of the season, the top teams all play a cupcake and they win 50. That's what this week 2 felt like. You had a couple of close and a couple of overtime thrillers, but for the most part, the top teams all pretty much beat the hell out of that they were playing. So yeah, let's get to it. Week 3, starting Friday night. Colorado travels to take on the University of Houston, the Cougars. There is a lot going on. Not really a lot going on at Colorado. It's just a little confusing with exactly what Coach Prime is doing with those quarterbacks. So I'm confused. I have no idea what he's doing, but as of this recording, he hasn't named the starting quarterback. Is he going to go with Caden Salter, the veteran? Will he go with freshman sensation, or is he going to go for the third string guy? All 3 guys saw time last week. But I say that to say it don't matter who the quarterback. I got Colorado winning this game, and before they move on to the Big 12. Next game we also got on the Friday night. Kansas State travels to take on Arizona. I'm going to go with Kansas State. Kansas State should bounce. Johnson is a pretty good quarterback. They are well coached, and that team does play well. They do ball out. So give me Kansas State here on the road. So that's the 2 road teams winning on Friday. Starting Saturday, let's go, man. ACC opener for both teams. Clemson travels to Atlanta to take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Haynes King, that team in Georgia, that Georgia team, Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, they be upset minded. They beat Florida State early last year, and that started the downtrodden, and that was the beginning of the horrible season for Florida State. They also beat my Miami Hurricanes late in this game that I say that to say, not this year. I don't care. Give me Clemson. Give me Cade Klubnik bouncing back and making his way back on the Pizzles Heisman list next week. Give me Clemson on the road. Oregon travels to take on Northwestern. Now, y'all know how I feel about teams traveling from west to east, from the Pacific time zone to the Central time zones. That only works in the NFL, and it doesn't go with the Oregon Ducks unless they were playing the Ohio State, maybe possibly. I think they travel to Happy Valley to take on Penn State this year, so it might track there. But they have so much talent, and they are so much better than Northwestern. And if I'm not mistaken, this game is not going to be played at Northwestern's makeshift stadium that they have. I believe this one is going to be played in Chicago. I don't know if it's Wrigley. I don't know if it's Soldier. I don't know if it's one of those, but I think this game is going to be played in Chicago. You want the most fans possible that you can get in a stadium when the Oregon Ducks come to town. Anyway, don't matter who comes. Oregon by a lot. The Wisconsin Badgers travel to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think this game for Kalen DeBoer is. I'm picking Alabama, but if he loses this game, I'm going to be right back on what I was on yesterday on Happy Hour. Would Alabama be willing to pay or buy out Kalen DeBoer for $70 million and bring John Gruden in? I'm going to leave that there. Put this. But give me Bama to win that game. I think Bama, they should win that game. Ryan Williams should be back for the Tide. So give me Bama. Backyard brawl. Pitt travels to take on West Virginia. I want to pick West Virginia so bad because I have so many of my acquaintances and old friends, old coworkers that went to the University of West Virginia. But for Pat McAfee's sake, nope, sorry, not gonna do it. Give me Pitt in this game. This would be the perfect game for Rich Rod to get a dub in and get the excitement back at West Virginia that he had when he came back and took the job. So, anyway, give me Pitt there. Next up, I got Georgia traveling to take on Tennessee, the SEC opener. I'm hoping and I'm thinking that we might get a high score for 30. The game somewhere in the 30 here, but I'm taking Georgia. I like Tennessee. I love Tennessee. If I ever leave Cleveland, Tennessee is at the top of my list a lot, or places to live. And I really, if it's not in Nashville, I definitely want to move somewhere close to Knoxville because I do want to go to some Vols games. I want to go to Neyland. I want to hear Rocky Top in person. I want all of that. But give me Georgia in this game on the road. South Florida, who is the story of the college football season so far, travels to take on my Miami. There is no doubt in my mind that South Florida is a good football team. They come to play. They're well coached. It's a veteran team. If y'all think I'm going to pick South Florida to beat my Miami Hurricanes, come on, man. Y'all already know the vibes. Give me the Hurricanes. Give me the Hurricanes by 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Give me Carson Beck and the boys. Give me my Hurricane. Next up on the list, we got Arkansas traveling to take on Ole Miss, the SEC opener. I love it. I love SEC football. Yes, I know I'm born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, and love Ohio State and Big Ten football. But I like the SEC because the SEC looks a lot. It used to look a lot like from the presentation to the play on the field. That's what it looked like. Give me Ole Miss in this game. Give me Lane Kiffin. Give me the Lane game in this game over Arkansas. Appalachian State travels to take on Southern Miss. I got this game on this particular list. One, it was one of the Yahoo games, and I believe ESPN also had it on their pick 'em. But I'm dying to see like what the stadiums look like. Both of these teams pretty much have the same. It's gonna look good. I'm taking App State though. I root for Appalachian. They're not like my team, my school. You may catch me in a Appalachian City, maybe. But I root for them. I've been rooting for them since they beat Michigan. It was 15, almost. I'm with you. SEC opener for these two teams, Florida at LSU. Napier, oh my God, if you lose this one, they're really gonna be calling for your head. And again, I may be sitting right here in front of you guys on Tuesday and saying, hey, it's $20 million to buy him out. Will you buy him out and bring John Gruden in? I'm on this watch all year. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm on John Gruden watch because John Gruden has said he wants to coach in this. I'm taking LSU in this game, though. Death Valley, night game. DJ Lagway, you ain't ready. But if they do come out and win it, holy moly. Billy Napier may have stopped. Texas A&M at Notre Dame under the lights in South Bend. I'm taking Notre Dame. Notre Dame is the better team. Notre Dame is a playoff caliber team. Notre Dame probably will make the playoff. Marcus Freeman has done a fantastic job with that. I'm highly impressed. He took what Brian Kelly had. He built it. They are the defending runners-up in college football. They were defending runners-up in the national championship game, losing to Ohio State. Hell of a run last year. Traded to my Miami Hurricanes early, but I think this team is still a playoff team. They're going to hover in that top 10, top 12 all season long. Taking Notre Dame in this game over A&M should be a good one. East Carolina travels to take on Coastal Carolina. Give me the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. I just like saying. Utah travels to take on Wyoming. Give me Utah. Utah is a playoff team for me. Utah is my Big 12 champion that I picked. So I'm going to roll with the teams that I picked to win the conference. Unless it's a toss-up. Pick them. Give me Utah here. Duke takes on Tulane. Tulane is one of those teams to look out for. They're a possible group of 5 team that could make the playoff along with the Liberty. I think Boise's played its way out. James Madison has a shot. I believe Appalachian State may have a shot there. But I'm going with Tulane over Duke. I saw what Duke did against Illinois last week. Manny Diaz, you still got some work. And I'm going to leave it at that. I just leave it. And finally, Minnesota Golden Gophers travel to take on the Cowbears. Give me Minnesota traveling from east to west to beat Cal. Could be a good game. So, give me, to recap, Colorado over Houston, Kansas State over Arizona, Clemson over Virginia Tech, Oregon over Northwestern, Bama over Wisconsin, Pitt winning the backyard brawl over West Virginia, Georgia over Tennessee, Miami over South Florida, Ole Miss over Arkansas, Appalachian State over Southern Miss, LSU over Florida, Notre Dame over Texas A&M, Coastal Carolina over East Carolina, Utah over Wyoming, Tulane over Duke, and Minnesota over Cal. Ladies and gentlemen, holla. Here we go. Moving right along. Week 2 of the NFL. Boy, it went by fast. Week 1 was great. Y'all can listen to my recap on Happy Hour, which is probably the video before this one that you just YouTube. And right on Spotify. So let's get it started, man. Tomorrow night, Washington Commanders travel to take on the Green Bay Packers, a battle with 1-0 teams, two teams that made the playoffs last year, and two teams that defeated division rivals emphatically last week. By this game being at Lambeau, I'm gonna give the Green Bay Packers the edge. That defense looked great. Jordan Love looked great. The offense looked great, and Micah Parsons is only gonna, as time goes along. By the time they get to midseason, dude might run away with defense, unless Myles Garrett is just absolutely crazy, unless Trey Hendrickson is going absolutely crazy, unless TJ Watt is going absolutely crazy. Now, those are the guys that everybody kisses their rear end. So, believe that. Give me Green Bay at home in Lambeau on a Thursday night. Starting Sunday, 1 p.m., the Jacksonville Jaguars travel to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I want to pick Jacksonville to win this game, but I think you'll see a better and a different Cincinnati Bengals team than you saw against the Cleveland Browns last week that did get a win. I think that offense does open up a little more because with division games, those teams are built to beat. I'm going to go with Cincinnati here. Probably 10-point game. Maybe a one-possession game, a final drive game. I'm just going to take Cincinnati. I think the offense is going to want to wake up. This may be a shootout. The New York Giants travel to take on the Dallas Cowboys in a battle of 0-1 NFC team. I'm picking Cowboys. One, they look better against their previous divisional. And I think it's over for Russell Wilson. I think it's time for Russell Wilson. That is absolutely over for him. I think the New York Giants will roll with for at least first 6-7 weeks of the season. And by week 8 or whenever their bye week comes, Jackson Dart will be the quarterback for this. Give me the Cowboys at home. Get a win. Cowboy fans will be able to talk trash. The Chicago Bears travel to take on the Detroit Lions, an NFC North battle, old black and blue NFC Central Division matchup. I'm taking the Detroit Lions to bounce back. I'm hoping this isn't the end of the Dan Campbell love affair honeymoon with this team. I think they're going to come on. I think they're going to score a whole lot of points. I think they're going to be dog pissed out of the Chicago Bears in their home opener. That would be a dope game. Not doing live or not having a fight live Saturday. The Los Angeles Rams travel to take on the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, I know, team coming from West. I get it. I understand. But this is the Tennessee Titans we're talking about. They're not a good team. Cam Ward is going to be okay. They put him up against it. That Denver pass rush last week. And the Rams pass rush is better than that Broncos. From being honest. I'm taking the Rams on the road. I know I'm going against. But sometimes there are exceptions. There was an exception last week. There's an exception this week, especially when was picked in the NFL draft last year. The New England Patriots travel to take on the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins look absolutely horrible. The New England Patriots didn't look any better. This was a game I had to flip a coin. I was going to go New England because I'm like, all right, Patriots. I'm sticking with a lot of my pre-pick, at least through the first 4 games. Got to see where everybody is. I see the Miami Dolphins and getting a win at home, a much needed after looking so horrible against the Indianapolis Colts, who aren't supposed to be good, but they are. So give me Miami here. The San Francisco 49ers travel to take on the New Orleans Saints. Again, Westy, not supposed to happen. I don't care. The San Francisco 49ers, they could be the best team in the NFC where they're absolutely healthy. Brock Purdy is clicking on all cylinders. So he gets Brandon Ayuk back. Christian McCaffrey healthy and clicking on all cylinders. San Francisco with Robert Saleh back in the fold as a defensive coordinator and Kyle Shanahan, man, in the offensive side, like that team is Super Bowl caliber. Give me San Francisco to beat New Orleans. The Saints just aren't good. And Lord help Chris Olave. He do not want to be in New Orleans. Somebody got to find a place for Chris Olave. Get him out of New Orleans because it's not working out there. He looks miserable. He looks horrible. He looks like Amari Cooper when Amari Cooper is ready to leave where he's coming from. Give me the 49ers to win this game, though. Buffalo Bills travel to take on the New York Jets. I'm going with the Bills. Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all already know the time it is. Joshua Patrick Allen. Buffalo Bills are my Super Bowl team. Time for them to win their Super Bowl. I'm going with the Bills there. Should be a high-scoring game, dog. But the Bills' offense, you can't stop it. But the Seattle Seahawks travel to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is one where I should pick the Seahawks to win. But the way Aaron Rodgers looked last week, I have to go with the Pittsburgh. The way the defense came up big, going with Pittsburgh. The Cleveland Browns travel to take on the Baltimore Ravens. No homer talk. Sorry, Cleveland. I'm going with Baltimore. Baltimore, offensively, they looked absolutely fantastic. They were clicking on all cylinders. If Derrick Henry is going to look like that, just hand that man the MVP trophy. And the Baltimore Ravens, they may not get to the Super Bowl depending on they have to play the Buffalo Bills or the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going with Baltimore. Browns have to go. The 4 o'clock games. The Denver Broncos travel to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Another case of West traveling east. I'm still picking Denver. Sean Payton, Bo Nix, that team has it together in the first week. Like, you're not supposed to overreact to week one, but I'm totally overreacting to week one, especially in those cases. They come to Indianapolis, and they beat Danny Dimes and the Indianapolis Colts. I want to believe in Danny Dimes, but it's almost like Geno Smith. If y'all go and tune in to Club Pizzle Happy Hour yesterday, I talked about Geno Smith and the way I feel about Geno. Not a Geno Smith fan. Geno Smith can have 10 great games, and I'm gonna be sitting there. He had 3 great quarters of football. I could be sitting there in the fourth quarter like, he mess it up. Watch him. Here come. Like he's waiting on it. Or I'm waiting on it. It's the same thing with Danny Dimes. Like, all right, he's gonna play well this week. He's not gonna do that again next week. He played well this game, not gonna play well the next. That's where I'm at with Danny Dimes and Geno Smith. Don't ask me why I'm not like that with anybody else and why I picked those 2 guys out of 2. It's just, I don't know. Just Geno Smith is a random. It's wild. It's just the way that Don thinks. Can't apologize. Give me Denver on the road here. The Carolina Panthers travel to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Undersized quarterbacks. I'm picking Arizona. I gotta see Carolina. Carolina has side of the ball. They just fumble. They're getting there. They're not there yet, but they're getting there. I'm going with Arizona, begrudgingly going with Arizona to start the season. 2-0. Lord help. Super Bowl rematch. Philadelphia Eagles travel to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Listen, y'all. These are not the same two teams that we saw play in February. The Eagles have like 8 new starters on their defense. Most of those guys are under the age of 25. Bunch of youngins there. I believe the Kansas City Chiefs come home and they answer. They have to win this game. I know it's early and it's an overreaction. I know, I get it. I'm overreacting. Don is overreacting. I'm picking the Chiefs because they have to win this game. Give me Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game by touchdown. Sunday night game, the Atlanta Falcons travel to take on the Minnesota Vikings. This should be a pretty good game. A rematch of the 2024 National Championship quarterbacks, J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix. And the result is the same. Give me J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings beating the Atlanta Falcons. And we have a Monday night double header, y'all. Salute to ESPN. What they do, they take over like NFL is creme de la creme. The first game, 7 p.m. Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to take on the Texans. I am taking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As of me recording this, I do not know if the Houston Texans are going bullshit. That being said, I'm still picking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Have a lot of talent on both sides of the. Give me the bait. And finally, Monday night, 10 p.m., the Los Angeles Chargers take on Las Vegas Raiders. Give me Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, Geno Smith played all right last week. I'm expecting him to come out and he's going to have a decent 3 quarters. It's going to come down to a final drive for him to take them to get either a game-tying field goal or he's going to get or game-time touchdown, and he's going to blow it. That's just how I feel. So, again, let's recap. I have Washington over Green Bay, Green Bay over Washington, Cincinnati over Jacksonville, Dallas over the Giants, Detroit over Chicago, the Rams over Tennessee, Miami over New England, San Francisco over New Orleans, Buffalo over the New York Jets, Pittsburgh over Seattle, Baltimore over Cleveland, Denver over Indianapolis, Arizona over Carolina, Kansas City over Philadelphia, Minnesota over Atlanta, Tampa Bay over Houston, and the Los Angeles Chargers over the Las Vegas Raiders. And those are Pizzles Picks. Now, I sat around and I said to myself, I said, hey, I've decided I'm going to make my pick now because my mind is made up. Big fight this Saturday night live on Netflix. One of the biggest fights or the biggest fight in 10 years. The biggest fight since Mayweather-Pacquiao. I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford. 12 rounds for the 168-pound, undisputed 168-pound champion. Now, this is a fight that maybe 2 years ago or so, 3 years, like, oh, this fight is but we got it. And I said this is probably be one of my last boxing watch and really be paying attention. But there's a few dope announcements that have been made since I made that Facebook post and said I'm done with boxing. And no, I'm not talking about Tank Davis and Irish. And we'll discuss that this Saturday for y'all too. We're going to talk a lot of boxing stuff. But this particular fight, when they announced it, I said, all right, I got to believe it. I believe it when I see it. I believe it when they get in it. Then I saw the training videos, saw some interviews. And I was like, oh, okay, so let's do it. And I've always said these two fights are my pick. Mine was already. So this Saturday, live on Netflix, my winner of this fight, the biggest fight 10 years, the biggest fight of the decade, I am picking Terrence Bud Crawford. And I know everybody's like, he's too little, he's too little. I'm not. He's the smartest. He's the smartest fighter I've seen since Floyd Mayweather. The ring guy, who's one of the losses record. Yes. With that said, y'all, we're going to get out of here. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for Club Pizzle. I will recap Ohio State's 70-0 beat down the Grambling. I also have a couple of things like Ohio State did a really, really dope, and I'm going to highlight it. And I'm also going to recap the Browns season opener against the Cincinnati Bengals. The sabbatical is still in. Raw, uncut, unfiltered, unapologetic Club Pizzle is up tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in 8 o'clock. If y'all didn't catch Club Pizzle Happy Hour last night, the video was right above y'all. So make sure y'all go check that out. Above on YouTube, below on Spotify, or below. It's there. Just scroll the page and y'all will find it. So I will see you all tomorrow for Club Pizzle. This has been Pizzles Picks. I will catch you all tomorrow.